Yes, I'm live now. Hey, what's up? This is George Shamon. I want to go over, as you saw the title, how to assign an IP address using Linux commands and obviously in Linux computer. Uh, we did it yesterday on a live, and I want to do it again because the live had 2 hours, so we covered different commands. So this one is specific for assigning an IP address, static one in Linux using Linux commands. That's all what we're gonna talk about now. And I got my, let me write them down. I got my notebook here. So let me see this one here. Yeah, if we never met before, my name is George Shamon, and on this channel I make video tutorials about software and software as a service related to few topics about making websites using Linux commands and some video editing maybe, but mostly Linux and using Visual Studio Code to make web HTML5 CSS3 codes. So if you're interested in this kind of topics, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any videos like these or future updates. And again, ask questions, and I will try my best to answer you live on this one. And we're talking about assigning an IP address using Linux command, obviously in Linux. And I have my Linux desktop up there. I can use it if you want me to. But we ran them yesterday, so I kind of remember them. So if you're on this live stream, I want to thank you so much for joining. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and let me know if you have any questions. Welcome, Elmer Ivester. Hey, thank you. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to the live presentation. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and let me know if you have any questions. If you're in, okay. Thank you. So let me know if you have any question about the IP address using Linux commands. We're talking about assigning a static IP address in Linux. Yeah, so make sure, what do you do? What do you mean, what do I do? Like, what's my profession in real life? I mean, we are in real life, but we're on net now. Offline, I am a telecom engineer. I am a telecom service design engineer. That's what I do in real life. And online, this is what I do. I do tutorials about technology, software as a service, and I make video courses. I have a course about Linux commands. So if you're interested, let me know. Maybe I'll add the link in a box, in a comment box, or the chat box. If you're interested, I have an online course about Linux commands. If you're interested to know it, but again, you don't have to buy. There are a lot of free resources. So yeah, if you're on this live stream, let me know if you're interested in topics like similar like this one, or uh, you have any questions about making a website. Make sure. Can you guys hear me? Make sure you hear me. Make sure you can hear me well. I'm not sure if you can. Are you able to hear me? Let me know. And make sure, guys, make sure you submit comments related to the video. If you're gonna be submitting comments not related to the video, I'm gonna remove the comment, and well, I'll remove you from the chat. I can easily remove you. So make sure You don't add any stupid comments because a lot of people like to do that. They troll and they just add uh, uh, unuseful comments and that are not related to the video. We're talking about assigning an IP address, the static one using Linux. If you gonna be adding different type of commands not related to the topic, I'm gonna have to remove you. So let me know if you have any questions. So welcome guys, welcome to this live stream. Let me know if you're interested in, if you have any questions related to this topic, Linux commands for IP address, for assigning a static IP address. So let me know if you're interested in knowing that so I can type them on the screen. Let me just remove those two people here. They start to get on my nerve this morning. Extend MC, extend MC, hide user on this channel. And the second one is Josh Weather. Just remove this guy. Play Fortnite. We don't talk about Fortnite here, so you may have to be gone. Okay, so we removed those two guys, two people. So yeah, let's see. Who else? You have a question, let me know. Anyone else? Questions, comments? If you're on this live stream, I want to thank you so much for joining. Let me know if you have any questions and about assigning the IP address in Linux using Linux commands. So let me know. If you are interested in this topic. Yeah, again, we're talking about Linux commands for finding, for assigning an IP address. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in this topic. Let's see. Yeah, so if you're running Linux desktop, you can access the terminal and you can type those commands. You can type if uh, if config if config and then the network card representation, whether it's a wired or wireless one, and then you can add the IP address, and you have to be um, logged in as a root. You have to have root access to to make a change or to assign an IP address. And also, you have to be able to know the command to switch from a standard user to a root user by using command su. If let's say you're logged in as user one and you want to log in as the root, you can type su and then you type the root username, and then the system will prompt you to add the password. You enter the password, and once you're logged in as a root, then you can change the IP address, the static IP address. And the way you change it, again, you have to use sudo in the beginning, to gain the administrative right. Even though you're logged in as root, I think you still need the sudo. So use sudo, and then if config space, then you'll add the network card representation. Every computer has different kind of network cards representation, and then you add the IP address and you hit enter. But before you do that, you have to use the IP command to review what IP address you have, and then you have to use the IP address command afterwards to make sure it changed. So yeah, so that's how you do it. So basically, I may have to type it out for you here. So I'm not sure how you type on the Ila.h. Hi, thank you for joining this live stream. Let me know if you have any question, and please make sure the topics or the comments are related to what we're talking about on this video. I'm talking about assigning IP address using Linux commands, the IP address, the static one. So if you have any questions, or you're running Linux and you're interested to find out how to assign an IP address or change the IP address, this is what we're talking about. Yeah. So first, once you log in the terminal, you have to have a Linux computer running, running computer, running an operating system Linux, and the distribution I'm running is Ubuntu 22.04. Guys, make sure you let me know. Can you hear? I'm not sure if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, because yesterday somebody was not hearing well. Can you hear me well? Can you understand me? So just to make sure you can hear me. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank you for the feedback, Ila.h. Okay, so sometimes you might want to change the IP address of a network card using Linux commands. So my system has a wired one that you can Ethernet card. You can plug in the card. I have a wireless card. You know. So once first you have to know uh, what are the IP address currently on your system, and the way you know it, you type IP space address at the command prompt. And once you type IP address, you hit enter, it's going to give you a list of network cards on your computer, and it's going to give you each one what IP address it has. This way, you'll have an idea about the network card representation. How is it represented in your system? Because it depends on your computer. Like, let's say my network card is the wired one, the Ethernet one. It's ENSPSO. Your computer might be different, and this is how you know if you type IP address, so you know what's the representation of the card in your system and what IP address it has when you type IP address enter. Now, since you know, then you have to change it to the IP address, and the way you change it, first, you have to be logged in as a root administrative right, on your computer. So if you're logged in as a standard user, as usual, uh, you can access the root log in by typing su space, and then you type the username of the root. So you enter, and then the system will prompt you for a password. You type the password, you hit enter, and once you logged in as a user at the root, you can tell from the username. Then you'll be able to type the commands to change the IP address because you have to be logged in as a root. And now you start typing the commands that you for IP address. The first one is you still have to use sudo before it. Before you start a command, when you're doing administrative right, you have to use sudo, sudo. Not all the time, but most of the times, and the system will prompt you. But I will use it anyway. Sudo, sudo, that will give you administrative right to run certain command as a root. Space ifconfig, ifconig config, space, and then you type the representation of your network card. In my case, it was ENPSO. That's one of them. And then you space, you add the IP address you want to change to, the new IP address you want the system to change to, so, and then you hit enter. Now once you hit enter, if the command was run successfully, you may not get a feedback. This is the problem with Linux. Sometimes you run a command, it goes successfully, the system process it, but it doesn't give you a feedback that you ran it successfully. Sometimes, most of the times actually, but sometimes it'll give you successfully completed or something. So with that said, you still want to know if the IP address was changed to the one you intending to change it to. The way you do it is you type IP address, hit enter, and you will see the list of network cards and with the IP address and the new one if it was changed, and you can compare it to the old one, and this is how you change it. You can tell it's a new one. I tried it yesterday on a live, but the video was too long, so I figured I'll make this video fully dedicated to changing the IP address to the static one, to a static IP address in Linux. So this is what I'm talking about. Again, I want to welcome you to this live stream. I want to thank you so much for joining. Submit your questions so I can answer you now on this live stream, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're interested in this kind of topics and you're interested in the way I'm presenting. So because I want to grow my channel and I need your help. So make sure you subscribe so I'll grow the channel, and I will help you in return. It's not I'm asking you to subscribe and that's it. I want to help you too. Like I'll make more live streams like this one. I will help you answer questions about the technology and the software and software as a service. So make sure you submit a question if you want me to answer you now. And whether you're on this live stream now or on a future replay, I want to thank you so much for joining. And make sure you submit a question or a comments, or let me know what you're interested in learning about, what kind of software and or software as a service. So yeah, anyone else? We don't have a lot of people. People are tuning in and out. My channel is small, so I only you see one or two logged in, which is okay. Even if there's only one person, I will talk to them, and even if there's nobody, I still talk because future replays people will be looking at the video in the future. So yeah, if you're on this live stream again, let me know if you have any questions, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're interested in these kind of topics. And on this topics, I cover. Let me turn off the light. On this topic on this channel, I cover topics like software and software as a service. So if you're interested in those, let me know. And thank you so much, guys, for joining. And I want to thank you so much for joining the live stream. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or any topic specific to Linux commands or other software and software as a service, as long as they're related to what I cover, you know. So let me know. Yeah. So anyone else comments, topics, and if you want me to, if you're on this live stream, guys, let me know and submit a question or a comments if you're interested to know about Linux commands. And to be specific on this video now, we're talking about Linux command for assigning an IP address, to be specific, a static IP address. So make sure you let me know if you have any questions, and I will answer you on this live stream, you know. So again, thank you so much for if you're on this live stream or you're tuning in. I know people are tuning in and out because they may not be interested in these topics, or they're looking for different topics. But I'm here to help you, you know. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions about if you're running Linux on your computer, or if you're interested in learning how to use Linux command. Those videos that I'm making can help you. You know, I talk about software and software as a service, and right now I'm talking about assigning an IP address, a static IP address. So let me know if you're interested in this kind of topic. You know. Anyone else? Questions, comments, topics you're interested in discussing using about Linux commands? You know, I can help you with those. Just let me know. Submit your questions. People are tuning in and out, so do not hesitate to ask questions if you don't see a lot of people. You know. So again, we're talking about the assigning the IP address. Let me know if you're running a Linux machine and you want to know how to use the commands, Linux commands. I can help you with that, you know. So I want to thank you so much for joining. If you're on this live stream, if you're on a future replay, also, I want to thank you. And you can submit any comments or questions later on in the future, you know. So, yeah, anyone have a question, let me know. Yeah, we don't have a lot of people. I mean, this is your opportunity to ask questions now, and I will answer you live because there's not a lot of people, you know. So let me know if you're interested in running Linux commands. If you have a Linux computer running Linux, this will help you. We're talking about assigning an IP address, static IP address. So yeah, so yeah, it's very important to know about the IP address and how to use the commands to run them, because they're used whenever a computer is networked, is connected to a network. IP address are involved. You know, this is how they connect. So yeah, right. So yeah, if you're on this live stream. let me know if you have any questions, you know. So, yeah, I'm here. You can ask me a question. I look at the terminal in 1 second in a chat box. So make sure you let me know if you have any questions so I can answer you. Yeah, anyone else have a question or a comment, or let me know. And yeah, ask questions if you have a question. Ask, you know, talking about assigning IP address, the static IP address. So let me know if you have any questions so I can answer you now on this live stream. And make sure if you're interested in this kind of topics, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So yeah, anyone else have any questions or any comments or topics you want me to discuss? Yeah, so yeah, let me make sure you submit a question or a comment or you know. Yeah, so no more, no questions. Yeah, make sure you submit a questions if you're interested in learning about Linux commands. You know, so let me know. Hey, welcome to this live stream. Thank you for joining. If you have any question, let me know so I can answer you on this live stream. Good morning, Deplori Bas Rex. Thank you for joining. How can I help you? Do you have any questions about assigning an IP address, a static IP address in Linux? Are you running Linux commands? Are you running a Linux computer? Let me know so I can help you. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. I need your help in growing my channel because, and in return, I'll be making more videos like these to help you answer questions about technology, about software, and software as a service that I use myself. All right, I'm just getting back into Linux at 52 years old. I am running Mint and Fedora on a couple of computers now. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Ubuntu, I like Ubuntu. I run it myself, you know. I have subscribed. Thank you for your work. Oh, okay. Thank you for subscribing and you're welcome. Yes. So, yeah, Linux, as we all know, they have like so many distributions, you know, and I run on my machines here. Mint is great. Mint is my favorite are Linux Ubuntu and Linux Mint. Those are the easiest for like the user friendly, the graphical user interface for somebody starting new. You know that these are my favorite, but it depends what you need it for. You know, if you need it for cybersecurity and penetration testing, you can be using Kali Linux. You know, it's got a lot of tools. I never used it before, but I hear a lot about it. But for just regular users like us who are getting into Linux, Mint and Ubuntu are my favorite. I never used Fedora. I'm sure it's a good, you know, uh, so yeah, it's good. I like Linux. It's good because uh, you don't. It's for free at home. You know, as long as you're not using it commercially, then I think you kind of get into licenses and stuff. But for home use, you know, it's a free, and this way you don't have and free updates. You don't have. But sometimes if you're a user of Windows or Mac, and there are some software that you use like Photoshop, you're not gonna able to be you cannot use them on Linux. That's one of the drawbacks, you know. But it's you know, you can't win in every aspect, you know. So believe it or not, I installed and played around with Red Hat Linux Home in 1999 or thereabouts. Also used Debian a bit about 10 to 15 years. Yeah, so yes, I got into Linux long time ago. Like they didn't before they even I think before they even have the graphical user interface. Early in the 90s, I got into it yet, and then I was using it on and off. And recently, in the last 2 3 years, and I installed Linux on this laptop here, Linux Ubuntu desktop, the desktop edition, and I have the server edition on this one, on this computer here, if you can see it. I got those from my job for free. They gave it to us, you know. They're kind of old now, but they run good, you know. So, Richiana Tinker hate you. I thought I talk to me. Say hi. Hi, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for joining. Richania Tinker, do you have any question? How can I help you? You know, we're talking about the Linux commands, and this video is specific about you know, assigning an IP address, a static IP address in Linux. So welcome to the live stream. I do appreciate you, and you may not see a lot of viewers because my channel is small, and I'm okay with that because if even one person is on a live, I'll be talking to them, and I'll be very happy, you know, and thankful, you know. So I do appreciate your time and for tuning in, and let me know if you have any questions, as long as they are related to the topics I'm covering. You know, that's my main. You know, my main concern, because some folks add like inappropriate comments, then I'll have to remove them and delete them from the remove them from the chat, you know, and hide them from my channel. So yeah, again, anybody else, questions, comments, let me know. And also feel free to let me know what topics you're interested in. Because on my channel I cover different kind of topics, software and software as a service. Obviously, they're specific to certain fields. Like I talk about Linux commands, about Visual Studio Code for code as a code editor. Because myself, I've been learning the web development for the last 2 3 years, HTML5, CSS3, and now I'm getting into JavaScript. So welcome, guys. Deploribus Rex, do you run a firewall on your home network? No, I don't run, but I know Linux have the capability of running a firewall, but I don't run it. So, but it's a good idea. I know sometimes people set up a separate computer to filter out the traffic at the point of entry to the local area network. Yes, I don't do that because I'm running Linux and I trust the stability of it, and I trust that it's not easy to get to have a virus on your Linux machine. As you know, most Linux are stable, and I mean there's no system 100% immune to viruses and issues, but Linux is the least susceptible to viruses and malware and issues. That's why I don't worry about it too much. Okay, cool. I don't either. I was just checking on your opinion. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. So, what happened? But if you're interested, you might be interested in learning how to use the firewall service on Linux. They have a firewall service, which is a software based. You don't have to use a specific firewall separate unit. You can find out how to use it by running a search on the internet. Like how do I set up the firewall on Linux, and I'm sure there's commands you can you know Eli Rodriguez. Okay, yeah, thank you for joining, guys. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, so let me know if you have any questions so I can help you now because I'm live. And if it's within the range of knowledge and my skills, I will help you. If not, I have to direct you somewhere else to another resource. But I'll do my best to help you with the knowledge I have. Yeah, anybody else? Questions, comments? Topics you want to talk about. Again, on my channel, I cover topics about for Linux commands. I talk about Visual Studio Code for code editing, making simple web pages, editing HTML5, CSS, and I started with JavaScript, very basics. I talk about other software, 5, 6 topics I cover, but I'm willing to make more. I'm trying to get into making videos and tutorials about the cloud computing, and the AI, artificial intelligence, because those topics are very hot nowadays. Not only hot and the trending. Everybody is using and they infiltrating all kind of industry and technology and software, so we have to know about them. This is why I'm kind of ramping up my effort in learning about AI and computing, cloud computing, and I'll be making more videos because sometimes the topics not become old. Linux is not going to become old. Visual Studio Code, they keep, but there's more technology, more topics, more trending, and people are looking for it. This is why, I have to make more. Yeah. I forgot to mention I am also on a Linux laptop, K Ubuntu Focus laptop, and I found it to be great. Yes, yeah. What's nice about Linux? It can run on all kind of hardware. Laptop, desktop, servers. It can run a lot on many. And nowadays it used to be difficult to run on everything long time ago, but they keep improving it and updating the software. It covers almost everything. I haven't been having any problem running my own hardware and accessories, peripherals that I was running on Windows. Everyone uh, I was able to run every single one on Linux Ubuntu, so I'm not having any problem running. I think Mint will run install on anything that. Yes, Mint too. I'm sure Mint is very similar to Ubuntu. Yeah, I like Mint is like more prevalent and. Most new users of Linux love Mint, and I used it. I loved it. I don't know why. I think I changed it from. I used it on and off between Linux and Ubuntu. I was alternating, but I think the reason why I removed the Ubuntu, I mean Mint, because I was trying to run OBS on it, on a live stream, on my desktop, and it didn't run it, and I have no idea why. So I had to switch to Ubuntu, and I was able to run it. So sometimes you get those issues, so you have to try things. Mint is a good stepping stone from Windows. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Mint and the Ubuntu, but maybe Mint it's more friendly. Maybe I don't know, but I mean, Linux Ubuntu is very friendly too. They have a good graphical user interface, but Mint for sure is, like you said, exactly, it's a great step from if you want to switch from Windows to Linux. I mean, if somebody asks me, do I switch, I would not tell people switch, because sometimes, yes, Ubuntu is great too. Sometimes you might be using software that only runs or Windows or Mac. So I don't tell people just to leave Windows and come to Linux. I will recommend that to have you two computers separately and have two operating system, one running Windows and one running Linux. That's the way. But myself, I'm not running Windows now because I don't need it at home. And I already run it at work. We use Windows at work, so I'm not gonna run it at home. And also, I had Windows 8.1 on this laptop. I have problems. It needs the antivirus. Then it says you have to upgrade to Windows 10 or 11. This software doesn't run. This does not do it. So I was having problems with it. So I just removed it because you know. You have to keep updating it, and it costs money, and then you have to keep updating the operating system or changing it. Also, that costs money. I don't want to keep paying for that because I don't have a good reason to keep using it. I'm not getting any money back from it, in a business or something. So this is why. And what I do, most of the uh, software I use, they run on Linux. That's why I'm okay with it. So I have Windows 10 slash Mint on one older computer and Fedora 441 slash Window on a newer computer, dual booting both. Yeah, that's good idea too. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. The dual booting is a good idea if you wanna save on having different software. You can use one computer to run Windows and Linux, but this solution should be permanent and a long term. If you want to keep changing stuff, it's not a good idea because I tried it long time ago, the dual boot, and whenever you want to make a change to one operating system, it's a nightmare. And the worst scenario, if you want to remove one of the operating system, like Windows or Linux from the dual boot machine, that was a nightmare too. That's why I don't mess with the dual booting anymore. But if you want to do it for the long run, you want to keep them, you're not going to change it, it's a great option too. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, I should mention they are all on a separate physical hard drives. Yeah, if that's the case, they are totally different. You can separate. Yeah, that's a good idea. I was talking about using the same hard drive. One hard drive, the internal one. But if you have separate hard drives, yeah, that's fine. As if you have two separate computers, basically. Yeah, yeah. Because the resources, the RAM, the microprocessor, everything you can be using one at a time. But that's good. You have them separate. That's fine, and that's like two computers. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That makes a difference now. Yes, yep, yeah. Anyone else? Questions, comments, topics you want to talk about, as long as they're related to this? Yeah. So. Yeah, you can do a lot with Linux, especially if you're into the web development or software. If you are a programmer, they got a lot of tools. It's ready to run Python, PHP. It's ready to run JavaScript. It's a great software. But you are right. I have had many headaches from dual booting in the past. Okay, sure. Yep, yep, yep. So yeah. Anyone else? Questions, comments? Yeah. The key is, I mean, in the beginning, you might want to try to change things, but at one point, I learned that way that no, do not keep it changing, stuff unless you have a problem running certain software. Then you can change, but I learned that just keep the systems the way they are as long as they're working, because it's a nightmare changing, reinstalling, updating. That takes time, and that will take the fun out of the working with computers, and software. Yeah. Anyone else have a question or comment or topics you wanted to discuss now on the future? But now I prefer to talk about Linux commands and to be more specific about assigning an IP address, a static IP address to a specific network card. So if you're interested in that, we can talk about it more now. But also you can, if you have other questions related to Linux commands, we can talk about it. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, you have lot of software, like lot of applications for Linux that you can use, and most people don't know about it. Once you tell somebody Linux, they tell you, "Oh, I hate it. I don't like it. It's difficult." I mean, nowadays you don't even have to use the command line interface. If you're a new user, you got the graphical user interface, but you have to get used to it. You have to learn it. You have to spend some time, and the way you update softwares, it's much easier. Like, it just go to the depository, it updates everything for you. It updates the whole system. And there are software for graphic design, for making SVG files, like Inkscape. You can use GIMP. Is difficult, but it's a good software for raster imaging, for editing. The Inkscape is for SVG files. It's a great one too. I use Inkscape, but Inkscape, it runs, certain software runs on Linux, Mac, and Windows. So yeah, but you have to do certain search in a system. You go to the search box and you see what's available for you. And there are a lot of. I mean, there's. I use Voco Screen. It's a screencasting software. I mean, what's nice about Linux, everything on it is for free, and it's got so many applications that you can use, and you can avoid it paying other companies. And obviously, video editing. There are a lot of video editing software, like OpenShot video editors and Kden Live. You have other ones too, but I've been having issues with. I mean, OpenShot is good, but I had some issues with it one time. But now I have another. I got a gift as another Mac computer. If I want to edit video, I can use the iMovie if I want. It's a separate computer. I got it as a gift. It's running Mac. So, but I'm feeling that I'm not gonna run Windows anymore at home, because I don't want to keep paying up for the operating system every couple of years, and keep paying for the anti-malware, antivirus, this and that. So Yeah, anybody have a question or comments? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for joining this live stream. Thanks. I do appreciate you putting the time with me, and thanks for subscribing. If you have not subscribed yet, I want to urge you to subscribe because you will be helping me grow my channel, and I will be helping you with topics like these, and answering questions I may have, you may have, and I'll do my best to help. And if I don't know the topic or the skills, I will transfer you or give you other resources. So yeah. Anybody else questions, comments about what we're talking about? I don't know where you guys live, but I live in South Dakota in Sioux Falls, and it's very cold. It's -4 now, and it feels like -14 degrees, Fahrenheit. It's very cold, So I'm not sure where you're tuning in from, but I'm sure you weather, So yeah. Any questions, comments? Oh, okay. I live in central Louisiana, visiting my parents in Alabama this week. Oh, okay, sure, yeah. That's a warm area. You must have nice weather. Yeah, it's warm. You're in the south, so it must be warm. Yeah. Yeah, that's good to be there. Central Louisiana, visiting Alabama. Yeah. Anybody else? Questions, comments? Yes, the winters are nice. Summers are brutal. The winters are nice. Oh, okay. So you get hot weather and humid weather in those areas. But I'll take the hot weather and the humidity summertime over the cold winter like now. I mean, at least you have AC in your car at work, and you can be outside for a short period of time. But when it's too cold, I mean, for me, some people don't get affected much by the cold weather, but myself, I get affected, because I was born in a warm area, in the Mediterranean, in the Middle East, so it's very warm there. I mean, not too warm, but the winter are not too harsh. They're moderate, and we had summer and spring, 4 seasons and fall. Yep. Yeah. Anyone else have a question, or we're talking about Linux commands and specifically about setting up an IP address, the static IP address in Linux. So if you have any question about this topic, let me know because I had a live stream yesterday and we had to work through it to to confirm the commands and how to use them, and we were able to run them and so now I have a good idea about them. I mean, Linux is very complicated. It's got so many tools, so many commands, and even if you know how to use certain commands, you might forget it at one point. But as long as you know how to find it and where to find help and how to rebuild your the idea how to use it, that will be fine. Because I can never remember everything. I mean, even if you know how to use certain software or a command, you're not using it every day, so it may not stick in your mind. So, but you should know how to find the resources, online help over the internet, and online help on your machine. Using the manual pages, the man command to find the information about certain topics in Linux is great too. So. Yeah, anyone have a question or comments or topics you want me to talk about? And it'd be great if we can uh, make it limited to Linux and Linux commands and how to assign an IP address. I mean, if you want to talk about other commands, as long as they're Linux, we can talk about this too, you know. So, yeah, any questions, comments, let me know. And guys, it looks like there is no more questions coming in. Uh, I'm planning to wrap up the video in 5 minutes, maybe in a few minutes. So this will give you time to submit the questions if you're on this live stream, or if you'll be tuning in a few minutes. I'll give it another 5 minutes. So on the close of the hour, 1 hour, I will be wrapping up, and obviously we'll have more videos later, or maybe later or tomorrow, more live videos. So. Even if you're on the future replay, I can still read your comments or your questions, and I can answer you, you know. And make sure you add topics you prefer me to talk about, you know. So thank you for your channel. It's good to have other people working with Linux and starting ideas and experience. Yes, yeah. Well, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for your time. Deploribus Rex, thank you for your time. And yeah, make sure you I think you subscribed. I got a notification. And yeah, and I'll be making more videos like these. And yeah, I'll be discussing more topics as I learn about them, you know. And at one point, I'm going to make more videos about JavaScript and the Python as I learn. But Python, I'm later on. I want to start with the JavaScript, because once you learn JavaScript, there's a lot of skills that you can migrate to Python. You can reuse with Python. But I want to focus on one skills at a time. And you know, like I said before, I'll be talking about uh, cloud computing and artificial intelligence, the AI. These are important topics to know and to discuss. So as I learn them, I'll make more videos, you know. So yeah, anyone else questions, comments? I mean, I see people tuning in and out, so there's always people tuning in. That's why I hate to leave, but sometimes you have commitments and you have plans, you know, on a weekend. So yeah, anyone else? Questions, comments, topics? Yeah, anyone else? Questions, comments? I'm just looking at my analytics. It's amazing. You can have the analytics on a desktop while you're on a mobile. Great. All right, so I guess no more questions coming in. I want to wrap up this video, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in, whether you were on this live stream or you will be on a future replay. I thank you so much. I value your time and your opinions and comments. And if you subscribe, it will be great. I need your help in growing my channel. And add any topics you want me to discuss in a future in future videos. And with that said, thank you so much, and have a great day or great evening. It depends where you are in this world. And with that said, we're gonna end this video. See you in the next one. Thank you.